Hey everybody, Dave here from Wags Automotive, and well, you guys remember this S10 that I bought last year that I put the video on here, the drag truck that I bought? Well, as you can see, this is the frame down here, and that's the cab. I've been taking this thing apart this summer, and you know, you guys, I've been working on that 48 Chevy truck at my brother's house, and I needed to get this frame ready to have that body put on it. So I took this frame down there with me, if you remember, and then I ran into problems with the truck because it needed a lot more work than I was told it needed or that I thought it needed, and it took me longer to get the body straightened out on it and get it fixed. So I ended up bringing this all the way back home and doing nothing to it. And this summer I've spent, besides working on my house that you guys saw, I've spent, I had this thing on Facebook, parting it out and selling pieces off of it. And the only thing I got left is the cab, and I just pulled it off today, and I'm going to try to sell it, but I don't know. I've tried to sell it before, no one seems to want it. I don't know why, but I would think it'd be pretty easy to sell, but it's not. But anyhow, I'm going to sell it and or haul it to the junk, one of the two, I don't know which. But the reason I'm making this video today is I wanted to let you guys know that in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to start working on this frame right here, getting it ready to set the 48 Chevy truck body on. I got a bunch of work I got to do yet. I got to make some modifications to it. I got to cut off the old mounts. I got to weld in new mounts, and I got to make other modifications to it. When I took it apart, I noticed there's some things going on with it I didn't know about it when I bought it, so I got to fix that. I'll show that to you. And in these 2 boxes right here, I don't know if you can see them or not, but I got a kit from a guy named Russ D. And he's over in Wichita, Kansas, and he sells kits to mount 48 Chevy truck, 48, or I think it's 47 to 53 or 54, something like that, Chevy truck bodies on S10 chassis. So, and of course you want the standard cab long bed. That's the one you don't have to modify, you don't have to cut it. And that's what I have here. So I don't have to cut this frame, I don't have to modify it, I just have to remove all the old mounts and then take the material out of these 2 boxes and locate it on this frame and weld it in place. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to get started on that, and I'm going to video it how I do it. Russ, he wanted someone to do a video of the installation of this to kind of show how his kit works, and so I'm going to do that for him. And I plan on, you know, showing you guys everything I'm going to do. I got to clean this whole frame. I got to paint it. I got to make modifications to it, so it's going to take me several weeks, and then I want to mount the motor and transmission in it too before I go back down to my brother's house. So and you saw me take that motor apart before, the 350 motor that I had in that gold Chevelle. If you guys remember me doing a burnout inside my shop last year with the gold Chevelle, I pulled the motor out of that, and I sold that to Bo, and I disassembled it partially at John's house and my brother's house, and had a little bit of machine work done to it, not a lot, but now I got to reassemble it, put it back together, and then I got a brand new, I showed you guys the brand new 704R transmission that I got from, I think it's Bulldog Performance. I can't remember what the name of the place is, but I'll have to look it up. But I got a brand new 700R4 transmission I'm going to put in this thing, so it shifts really well. And we're going to get this frame cleaned up. We're going to get all the mounts put on it, and we're going to get it ready to put that 48 Chevy truck body on when I go back down to my brother's house. So stay tuned. If you don't mind, hit the like button and the subscribe button on my channel. If you liked those 48 Chevy truck videos I was doing before, you're going to love this, because there's a lot of guys that have a lot of questions on how this works and how to make this fit. And I can tell you with Rusty's kit, it's a really cool kit. I haven't even opened the boxes yet, so I'll open them, and you guys get to see it when I see it. So it's kind of cool. But we'll do all that, and we'll get this frame all squared away, get the engine and transmission mounted in, and then we'll be hauling it back down to North Carolina and setting the body on it. The body, by the way, the 48 Chevy truck body, it's been to the body shop, and the guy did what's called cutting in. So he painted all the areas where 2 surfaces mate. So like the door jambs, where the hood mounts mates up to the cowling, the fenders, the front and back fenders where they touch, you know, the body, where they're bolted to the body. All that's been painted, and the reason you do that is, the reason I had that done is because when I go back down there, I can take that body and mount it on this frame, and once I get it squared away and you know, everything lined up the way I want it to, then I can literally take that thing to the body shop and have them paint it, and they don't have to disassemble it again. It's already been disassembled, it's already been cut in, so now I can assemble it, and I take it to them and they just sand it down, the main part of the body that's not painted, it's just primed, and they sand it all down and they paint the whole truck, and it's all done and it looks great. So it's going to be, hopefully when I get down there I won't have a whole lot of problems. I'm hoping I can get down there and get that cab mounted and the front end and all that mounted on this thing, and get it to the body shop within a fairly short period of time. And then of course when it comes back from paint, I'll have to finish assembling. I have to put, you know, all the trim on, the door handles, I'll put all the glass in it, put the interior in it and all that, put the stereo system in it. You saw me make that piece on the dash for the stereo. I got to put all that in there, speakers and all that. So all that'll be done. And so when I get it back to the body shop, I'll do all that. But I'm not going to do that before I go to the body shop, obviously. Well, I'm going to do some of it. I'm not going to do all of it. But when it gets back to the body shop, then we'll finish assembling it, and it'll be ready for Bo to pick it up. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've been, you know, you guys know what happened with my house. I showed you those videos. I've been working on it all summer long. I wasn't planning on doing that stuff, but I didn't have a choice. I've lived in my house in one room for the last 2 years, trying to get the house fixed, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I just got some more money, and I hired a guy, and he came in, and between him and me, we've got the house about 95% done. There's still little things I need to do, some painting and touch-up stuff, you know, but the house is majority of it's done. I guess I can do a walkthrough of that if you guys want to see it and show you what it looks like now. It looks a whole lot better than it did. But the biggest thing is this: I got to focus on this and get it done so I can get it back down to North Carolina and get the body mount on this frame. I'm excited about this. I'm really curious about how this Rusty kit fits on here. And there's pretty good instructions. There's some online, and there's also, he sent you some paperwork with it too. And so we'll get those out and we'll look through those and we'll figure out how all this goes, how it fits. I know I got to cut the end rails off the back of the frame. I think I got to cut at least the bumper mounts off the front. I know I got to cut those off. I don't know. I can't remember if I got to modify the front of the frame or not. I got to remove all the cab mounts because it's all different on the 48 Chevy truck, and that's what all this kit's for. And this kit's really cool. I'll show it to you when I take it apart. It's when I open it up. Like I said, I haven't even opened it yet, so you're going to see it when I see it. But he offers this kit different ways, and from the research I've done, he's the cheapest one on the market. The thing is you gotta. Well, I guess you don't have to. Well, yeah, you really need to know how to weld to do this, and I don't have a problem with that. So, but anyhow, we're going to get this thing put together, and we're going to get it down to North Carolina and get that cab on it. So stay tuned, guys. Like I said, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button and that subscribe button. I've told you guys this before. I'm not trying to become famous off this. I'm just trying to help other people. So, you know, but if you hit those buttons, it helps me. And if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notifications when I start working on this thing. It's going to be a couple weeks before I can do it, but because I got some other things going on right now. So I'm going to No Name Nationals, by the way. If you guys have ever heard of that, it's in Sykeston, Missouri. It's in a couple weeks. I'm going to go to that. And when I get back from that, I'm going to do some hunting. And then when I'm done with that, this thing's going to get going, and we're going to get it done. So I appreciate you guys' patience. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've had a video on here. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes life gets in the way, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna get back on this, and I've got other videos I'm gonna start putting on here too. I have made a few videos over the summer, but not a lot. But I'll start putting those on here. I got some other cool stuff I can show you guys. So anyhow, we'll get going on this here in a couple weeks, and you guys stay tuned. And I appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you really soon. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching my channel. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.